From being a young boy, I have always been quite distant. My parents both had full-time jobs that meant they worked very long hours, so they had no time for me. And the babysitter they hired was, shall we say, unfriendly. I was constantly ignored and felt my voice meant nothing. So I began speaking my thoughts to myself. This went on for several years, and I never received an answer from anyone that is, until my 15th birthday. On the morning of my birthday, my parents, of course, were at work as usual, but this time, no babysitter. I thought perhaps my parents figured I'm old enough to be left alone. I am 15 after all. Perhaps this is my birthday present. I thought aloud. Make a wish, I said to myself. That is when the strangest thing happened. I heard a voice say my name from right behind me. Jacob. It sang in a sweet but harsh whisper. But when I turned, there was nobody there. Then I heard it again, and once again behind me. But this time there was a thing. I say thing because I still don't know what it is. It was human in appearance, but seemed to be made entirely out of shadows. I reached out to touch it, but my hand just passed right through. Jacob, it said again, in its eerily calming voice. What do you want? I exclaimed, my voice trembling and my knees shaking. The thing said nothing, just stood there, extending what would have been a hand if it was discernible. Stupidly, I reached out and grabbed it, thinking I would again pass right through, but this time I didn't. The thing grabbed my wrist. As I began to struggle, it disappeared, or at least I thought it did. A few days passed, and I still hadn't seen any sign of my parents, so I began to worry. Naturally, I picked up my cell and tried to call them. They didn't like me to bother them at work, but I thought it would at least settle my anxiety. The strangest thing is, when I picked up the phone, there was no sound, no dial tone, no ringing, no voice, not even a dead tone. Then I heard it again, this time from my phone. They're gone, Jacob. It was the familiar voice from the Shadow Man. What do you want? Just leave me alone, I yelled as I hurled my phone across the room. Even though I did throw my phone, I heard the voice again. This time, inside my head. As you wish, said the voice, and then nothing. And when I said nothing, I mean literally nothing. No sound from outside the house, no people, no animals, not even a stiff breeze. I was truly alone. Then, as an hour or so went by, I got curious. This is exactly what I asked for. Quiet. Literally, I am left alone. What is this thing? I said to myself. Sure enough, I heard the voice again. This time, however, it was more like a raspy laugh. It was mocking me. Okay, then you gave me what I asked for. You've demonstrated your power. Now what? To, the voice said in its usual whisper. To what? I said. I felt like I was going crazy. Maybe I was, but I was definitely not imagining this. The Shadow Man, however, didn't answer. He stayed completely silent. A day or two passed. I don't know how long. I had completely stopped keeping track of dates and times. Then I realized this thing gave me what I wanted, but it was exaggerated. Maybe if I asked again, it would give me something else. Give me something to do. Go on, entertain me. I shouted at the top of my voice. Then I heard it. It was a drum, but it wasn't music. It sounded more like a war drum. The sound got closer and closer, so I stepped out of my house into my yard. The whole world was silent, but marching down the street towards me was an army of bizarre-looking creatures carrying something. As they got closer, I could see it was my parents. They were tied and badly beaten, but it was them. These creatures were using my parents like puppets to taunt me. I stood motionless as the horde grew closer. They placed my parents in front of me, and then they started to have their fun. They started by plucking each hair from their heads, one by one. Then they pulled their teeth and breaking bones, all while making the sound of my parents' suffering sound like some sort of ghastly tune. I felt that creature laughing, even if I couldn't hear it. I knew it was laughing, and the worst part is, it just kept going on loop. My parents would rest, and each time they did, the process began all over again. "One," the voice said. "I finally know what it means. I have only one final request, and I think I might use it to make this nightmare come to an end." Hey guys, thanks for listening to today's Creepypasta, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more. The links to the Facebook page, the Twitter, and the Instagram will be in the description below, as well as the links for today's Creepypasta and the music used, as well as the information for the author of today's story. But make sure when you like and subscribe, hit the bell notification and select all to get all notifications for when I upload. I upload 6 days a week, Monday to Saturday. Also, go follow all of the social medias in the description. Also, go check out the author stuff. If you have a creepypasta you'd like me to narrate, send it to me on one of my social medias in the DMs, or email it to me, because the email is also in the description below. This creepypasta here was actually sent to me by a subscriber, so send it to me and I will narrate it. But yeah, until next time in the Deadly Zone, stay deadly and stay spooky.